What was the abolitionist movement? Who were some abolitionists that make changes towards slavery? The abolitionist movement started around the year 1830, in which William Lloyd Garrison and Arthur and Louis Tappan founded the Anti-Slavery Society. This anti-slavery society was for people against slavery, including women and men, and by the year 1850 it became more active, even though it was hard for women to participate because they didn't have the same rights as men. The abolitionists started to focus on women's rights also. Abolitionists believed that slavery was wrong and worked hard to stop it. A famous abolitionist was John Brown. John Brown was born on May 9 in the 1800s. He was considered one of the greatest abolitionists because of the fight he took to get rid of slavery. John Brown led several raids against pro-slavery, and he attacked the armory at Harper's Ferry, where slavery was followed. John Brown didn't give up, and he did his best to stop slavery. Because of his brilliance, the people against slavery saw him as a hero and were very grateful. Another famous abolitionist was the Native American Frederick Douglass. His real name was Frederick Augustus, and he was born being a slave in the year 1817. At the age of 8, he was shipped to work as a slave for a master. While being there, he taught himself to read and write. But then, by the age of 24, he fled to Massachusetts, where he then changed his name to Frederick Douglass, so he wouldn't get captured. In that same year, he joins the abolitionist group where William Lloyd led it, where he could share his slave experience and other slave experience he had seen. By the year of 1845, Frederick wrote an autobiography. He was a conservative and believed in the principle of the Constitution. He died at the age of 78 in 1895 and remembered. Another very brave abolitionist was Harriet Tubman. She was a very brave slave who escaped and really made an impact in the abolitionist group. She was born in Maryland in 1820 and escaped to Philadelphia in 1849 through tunnels made by abolitionists. She helped 300 slaves to escape, and she became one of the most famous leaders of the Underground Railroad. Then she was involved in a military campaign in which she helped to rescue 756 slaves. Not only she helped these slaves, but she also got involved in the women's rights movement. After all her brave work and effort she put to defend her race, both women and slavery, she died on March 10, 1913, at the age of 93. Abolitionists were really important for slavery, even though some slaves didn't have any idea that they were people who understood their position and would fight for them to give them the freedom that they deserve. These famous abolitionists had made me see the importance of human being and that everyone should be treated equally. Some abolitionists were white Americans. The one who started the abolition group was a white American, William Lloyd, as I said before, in which they had a heart and fight like John Brown to give these poor Native Americans the right to be treated as persons and not as dogs. Because of people like the abolitionists is why this world can be a good place to live, and a place to give everyone opportunities and to feel important just like everybody else. Stop slavery.